gods and goddesses, welcome back to the channel. It's Uncle Makara. Today we're talking about going beyond the chakra system, beyond fullness, beyond the crown. Very, very important, this video, because this is almost like a philosophy, a manifesto, doctrine, okay, Primal Sutra doctrine. And I think we're pioneers in this field, okay, because I haven't seen a lot of other collectives or mystery schools talk about this kind of stuff to this level. I think it's very surface level, the information that you guys get on chakras. But even Carl Jung, okay, said that a chakra, each chakra is a whole world, okay, in 1996. Each chakra is a whole world. Okay, it's an entire portal, it's an entire dimension, it's a vortices. Each chakra is a state of consciousness. It's a state of consciousness where it's personified through a specific deity. In a lot of these old tantric yogic texts, you would find that each point of the chakra would be associated with a particular deity. This is what we've discovered on our Pathworking Primal Sutra, that each of us has a dominant chakra, a chakra point that governs our lives more than the rest, okay? So a lot of speakers or podcasters might have a very open throat chakra. Maybe you're an athlete who's very in their virya, you know, their effort, their athleticism through their solar plexus or navel chakra, manipura. So according to your personality creates your personal reality, okay? As Dr. Joe Dispenza says. So this is very, very key and very, very powerful to understand. We understand that we grow up and then we are immediately connected to the physical world, our physical experiences, you know, gripping something or, you know, maybe turning on a light switch, turning it off, you know, moving with our physical bodies and so forth. We learn how to walk, right? As children, we learn how to walk and really figure out our bodies. So, and as our subconscious mind develops, we start exploring more into our emotions. You see? So this process is almost like a process of life, if you think about it. Okay? So at first, you are rooted, grounded to the earth. You figure out what your body is doing. Then you recognize that from the earth, you go into exploring your senses, your emotions, what you're feeling. And through that, you have things like creativity. So the root chakra restricts the animal that chooses, like a small child, to defecate and urinate everywhere. It doesn't have any sense of rules. So I want you to try to understand this metaphor right now that I'm giving you, okay? If, let's say, for example, you start off in this physical world, learning how to walk and, you know, use your physical body like an elephant, okay? Like you would say that Ganesha governs the root or the earth, okay? That elephant is then almost going from land into water, okay? As it's going from land into water, it is experiencing the water. It can now blow water out of its trunk, but then it notices that it's transforming from an elephant into the Makara, the sea monster, what this channel's intro is, okay? My sacral chakra is my pathworking. It is the way that I see the world. I've been creative since a very, very young child, okay? Constantly innovating, creating, you know, making things out of cardboard boxes, okay? Even so much so that in preschool, I remember I created a mobile phone. I saw everybody had like these little Nokia things, right? And I created my own mobile phone out of cardboard. And I called it like I think it was like some kind of an alien device, because I used to read Calvin and Hobbes. Even at that young age, I would be interested in these ideas and concepts, you know, because I went to the library and I would read these comic books and watch these cartoons and so forth. So I got enveloped in that creativity from a very, very young age, and that started to change my consciousness, change my experience of life. So understand that the elephant becomes the makara. Then what happens? This is all the Kundalini, okay? Traveling from the pit, the kunda, up the spine. Also, Vajra, okay? As we say in our path, we are a Vajra path. Vajra and Kundalini are synonymous, okay? It's the same thunderbolt, that energy that coils up the spine, the serpent within, okay? It is that energy. So start to understand that you can also call it Kundalini or you can call it Vajra. Different words for the same thing. Now here's something that I came across as I was doing meditation or sadhana. I'm at a meditation retreat, by the way. As I'm doing meditation, I realize, you know what, I'm resisting this meditation, and I'm resisting a specific part of my body, right? Maybe it's where my pain is held. As I'm becoming more and more aware, I'm starting to notice that a specific aspect of my subtle body, okay? This is not your physical body. This is a subtle energy, okay? To be able to perceive chakras, you have to be able to perceive subtle energies, which is to be more conscious of your experience. So as you're going into a meditation and you're resisting that, you're also resisting what? The deity associated with that chakra point. You're resisting the deities within. So from the first to the second, we understand we live in a very solar plexus culture already, right? Results focused, hustle culture, go, go, go mentality, okay? We already know what that is. That's that effort, okay? One of the 6 perfections of Buddhism. Effort, that virya, okay? In Sanskrit, associated with vigor. That's where we actually form our identity, right? Because it's the center of our life force. It's like, I'm here. That's where Iron Man has his light, correct? So each of these points creates a trans-physiological, yogic state of mind, okay? These are all consciousnesses, different states of mind, different worlds, as Jung said, okay? So as you explore each of these different worlds, you're gonna get different epiphanies, different breakthroughs, different integrations that you would need to do. If you join my program, Flomo Sapien, I can take you through the different chakra points each week and clear all the emotional gunk and the trauma and the baggage that's sitting there in each chakra point. There's a process to this, and a lot of people who've gone through my program, you know, they've reported back that the wildest shit has ever happened to them, okay? Including different visualizations and, you know, visits from intergalactic beings and so forth. So it's cool, man. It's really cool to express through these different points of energy. But it doesn't stop at the crown. That's what I want you to understand, okay? And it doesn't stop at the root either. It goes down into the undersoul and the oversoul, upwards, okay? So the oversoul is closest to the monad or the god head, right? So that point that's going up, and you can't really easily perceive these chakra points either. These are transpersonal chakras going up, or subpersonal chakras going underneath you, okay, underneath the earth. And we have a very specific diagram that we used in the beginning stages of Primal Sutra, where we were discovering our main deities. Now I have all my main 7 deities, but we're still exploring the transpersonal and subpersonal ones, okay? Hopefully we'll be done soon and we can recognize some even greater epiphanies in terms of this, right? Well, then we have the soul star, the stellar gateway, the intergalactic gateway, you know, the Christed consciousness. It keeps going, right? Up, up, up. And underneath we have the, we have the Earth Star chakra, then we have the dolphin matrix. I don't remember all of them by memory right now, but I'm just telling you that there are these different points, okay? Each associated, again, with a different deity. Now, we also have something called the telepathic ears chakra. Not a lot of people talk about this. Then we have the hips chakra, okay? Moves into the hips. That helps you really enhance and amplify the sacral energies, okay? Very, very key and very, very important. Now, how do we know this? How can we confirm this? We are doing this through our path working, okay? So if you want to know more about this and you're kind of like skeptical, that's great. Be skeptical. Please ask questions, okay? Get engaged. Start doing your own research into these things, okay? And then you'll start to really realize that it doesn't stop at the crown, right? Sadhguru seems to have this understanding that, you know, once you reach your crown, you are dead, basically, right? Like, because there's no more to experience, okay? There's no more to experience beyond the crown. Nobody has actually opened their crown before, okay? I beg to differ, okay? I actually am in a different opinion. In fact, I think you can open your crown, reach that fullness and that expansive state of life, and go up to your soul star. And your soul star is like the North Star, right? It's like your North Node, right? It's your golden compass. It's the theme of your life. It's what moves forward, associated with King Nixa for me, right? The elemental king of water. So the Earth Star, okay? Connecting deep into the Earth's core. Below that, right? I first came across the Earth Star from one of the shamans that I regularly used to work with, and I still do. His name is Rion, so Rion Kati. Through one of my sessions, he was saying that I had something called a sacred heart fire, and he brought up also the term Earth Star chakra. And then, so I started doing more research into this, and obviously I started, you know, putting the pieces together. That's what my mind does, okay? So very, very key and very, very powerful. Your chakras aren't a full stop, right? They're a dot, dot, dot. They're an ellipsis that keeps going up to the source. So don't ever think that, oh yeah, you know, there are only 7 chakras and, you know, I'm doing some Kundalini yoga stuff here and there, you know, kind of playing at the surface level still, okay? You're gaining a basic understanding of this, where we, at Primal Sutra, we're going all the way to the top, baby, and all the way to the bottom. And when you go to the bottom, guys, that's the underworld, right? So you will be doing shadow work as you go below, and golden shadow work, or fear of your own greatness, as you go up. So it sort of works like a bungee cord, right? You unlock one of the chakras underneath, the subpersonal, and then you unlock a transpersonal one, and then you go through a transpersonal one, and then you have to dive deep back down again to unlock a subpersonal one. And that's kind of how I've noticed, like a boing, boing, like a trampoline, how we're doing this. That's why we say, you know, through the gates of hell, you get to the gates of heaven, okay? So through the underworld, you start to connect with the overworld, or the oversoul. So hell and heaven would be another way to say that, okay? But this is very, very key and very, very powerful. Now, why would you want to do this? Why is this important for you, okay, to do this research or even join our path working and explore these different chakra points? It's because it's almost like having a cheat code in the video game of life, okay? Once you understand and you don't know who's backing you, right? There could be deities backing you that you don't even know about and you weren't conscious of before. But guess what, guys? The moment you label something, it becomes real, okay? It takes on a thought form. An egregore is a thought form, right? And so if you have, you know, McDonald's in your mind 24/7, it's a thought form. It's marketing that thought form out in the open, right? We know Ronald McDonald, we know all of that. That's an idea, a construct. Everything begins in the mind. In the Kybalion and the Dhammapada, okay? All of it comes down to the mind. So the mind actually has an idea of your body, okay? Your body is always dependent on something else, right? You didn't just come into your body and you just had your body, okay? You came and you had your body because your parents took care of the body, okay? Helped it grow up, and somebody raised it, okay? You had to go through some level of, you know, getting your antibiotic shots and stuff like that, and medicines and stuff like this, right? It's always dependent on something else, okay? We're all interdependent beings, if you notice, okay? We're not independent. We think we are independent, but we're really not. We are dependent on the world around us, right? These herbs and leaves to eat and sustain ourselves, this, water to help us survive. If you try surviving without water, okay? Try surviving without, the oxygen flow and the CO2 that we get from these trees, and try going throughout life not being in touch with the nature around you. It's difficult, okay? You're creating more barriers in the way, but understand those barriers, those resistances that you're feeling are your deities screaming out to you. They're clawing out to you like, dude, or chica, what are you doing? Right? It's time to wake up. It's time to ascend. It's time to coil that serpent up. Whereas you've been keeping it trapped and repressed and lower. Different cultures also, they manifest this through different ways, right? Some people never go below their belly button, okay, in certain cultures. Other cultures are very, very root chakra oriented and primal, okay? Someone was telling me the other day, oh, the devil is red, so that must mean that it's the root chakra, okay? Don't just go with this color theory, okay? I know that the color theory works to some extent. We use it for candles as well, and we use it for crystals, and it's very easy to, like, let's say you're doing a heart chakra meditation, right? You have some green crystals around you, some green candles around you. Okay, it makes sense, but these colors, they're added for us to make us understand it better, okay? Back in the day, they didn't have those 7 colors, okay? How this all emerged from was the understanding that there are these deities associated with the chakra points, right? I'm going to do more of a chakra series and a live stream on each of the chakras. There's a root chakra one that I did a little while back. Go check that one out. That was lit. Very, very key, right? That you understand this. The Rainbow Bridge gives us an understanding that we need to get from one point to another point, okay? One point of consciousness to an ascended or a higher level of consciousness, okay? This is where all the maps start to overlap. David R. Hawkins, okay, the chakra system, they start to overlap. And this is what we've created through the understanding of these overlaps, including Dane, who created the spiral system, okay, who came on our podcast, incredible guest that we had on, okay? He made me reach some major epiphanies with this, okay? Each person we bring on gives us a different perspective as well. So it's very, very important and key to understand these different concepts, okay? Especially through the eyes of a complete newbie. This all seems very overwhelming. Like, bro, I don't even know, like, how to expand my heart chakra, and you're talking about, like, the soul star, man? Relax, okay? I'm making this video for my advanced students, okay? I want them to get the understanding that the journey does not end at the crown, okay? That it actually goes beyond the crown. Yes, you gain a fullness, a purpose, a mission, and understanding, but what is your North Star beyond the mission and the purpose that you're logically, keeping up in the cranium, right? In the mind. So the Kundalini is the dragon of the soul's life energy. And as it goes through these different levels of the video game, you could call it, it starts to emerge with greater activations, greater flow state, greater charisma, okay, greater confidence levels. It starts to create a ripple effect. You literally become a walking ripple effect. This is why we also have the upward spiral gang, right? It's a very important understanding. Of course, the next space that we have is the heart. Now, the heart is very important for a lot of different religious beliefs too. The Sufism and, Buddhism all talk about the mirror of one's heart and to polish the heart mirror, okay? To make sure that it's clean. You don't have uncontaminated ideas and attachments and these desires, these different fingerprints, or you're making the mirror dirty in a sense. And if you make the mirror dirty, you can't see or use what you would call your imagination, okay? So your subtle intelligence is placed directly right here, okay? And you need to become aware of your heart center to have empathy, compassion, and love for yourself, but also for the planet, as within, so without, okay? Always remember that what you're experiencing in terms of the chakras is happening on a microcosm, but it's also happening on a macrocosm, okay? So the universe, the world of the deities are exploring that similar concept that you're currently going through in your current, trajectory or field. So what's happening down here at Earth is also happening in the heavens, okay, on a grander scale, you could say. Now, the throat chakra is a very, very interesting one because it means filter, okay, Visuddhi is this understanding that you have these words and concepts that you understand maybe on a mental level, on a psychical level, an etheric level, right? Ether is not this kind of aromatic compound like in the West. Ether is this understanding of akasha, of space, of spaciousness, of creation, okay? So understand that when you are speaking words, okay, out loud, a great example is the Prophet Muhammad, right, who spoke what the angel Gabriel told him, right, out into what is now known as the Quran, okay? So very, very key and very, very important that you understand how to take what is being, downloaded in your mind, these vast different things that are floating around, distractions, you're able to solidify, polish, and create this filtration system where you speak, right? And you speak your truth. So this chakra point really helps us explore the world of our narration and our oratory nature, right? So great speakers like Louis Farrakhan, right? They tap into this throat chakra energy. You heard preachers just tap into that divine cosmic intelligence as they're speaking something, right? So very, very key that you notice this. Then we have the Anya or the Ajna, also known as the third eye in the West. Some people also connecting with the pineal gland and so forth. And, the piezoelectric properties, okay, as they say. This is a mind's eye, okay? It is an eye that sees through this material world, what this is, the nature of reality, which is emptiness. You see through illusions, you see through false mirages, deceptions, right? You're able to use this eye to peer into the edge of the future, to be able to see this other world, this more subtle world. Your psychic sense is also known as the Guru chakra, okay, is your Ajna or your Anya. So Jna is just a state of consciousness, okay? So then we of course have the crown chakra, okay? Where a lot of ideas, thoughts, okay, tend to gravitate in the crown chakra, or the 1,000-petaled lotus, you could think about it, okay? It's powerful imagery. To be able to actually reach the crown, you have to have some connection with God, okay? Or the universe, with your own spirit, your own spirituality. It's very difficult for an atheist to get to their crown chakra because of the dense fabric of logic pervading, right, and blocking that beingness. I would almost say that you would want to create this splendor feeling, or a grace. If you're a Christian, you understand the power of grace through God, right? So that's how you're gonna get to that crown, okay? Really understanding yourself and your purpose and why you're here and what you're doing here, and really establishing that connection. This is also where Shiva and Shakti fuse together, right? At the crown. And once that's active, you create this fullness, this feeling that I'm fully filled, I'm fulfilled, okay? I have, beat the video game, okay? Or so it feels like, right? Because we still have the soul star, and this is the point of this video. I beat the video game, it's all good, it's all done, right? Now, it does not mean it's all done, but what you have done is you've gone on a journey, right? A spiritual quest of sorts, cleaning up the gunk from each of these layers, and understanding that through the present moment you can create much more of an understanding that which of your chakras are blocked, where you feel tension within your physical body can oftentimes tell you how it's showing up in your energetic or emotional body or spiritual body and so forth. So you've got to be good at observing patterns. You've got to become sensitive to these subtle energies, okay? There's meditation practices that we have at Primal Sutra that can help you with this. There's also specific light codes and DNA codes that if you speak them out, they're like mantras. If you speak them out, they help you to tap into your psychic senses too. So, you know, from the sacral upwards, that's the beginning of your psychic development, okay? So very, very powerful. If you can get this understanding of the chakra system, that there's more to be done, it will actually free you, and it will make this very, very exciting. Like your life is this long quest towards transcendence and bliss, okay? And you will understand that you have been repressing your bliss by holding your bliss in various parts of your body, not letting it flow like this beautiful, pure channel where you can show up as the complete expression of you and not this faded, jaded, diluted, muted human being. But more so, you become the savage shaman, the one who unknots the knots. What does a chakra feel like? It feels like you're unknotting, you're relaxing that area. It's like, almost like an openness, right? It's like imagine you had a camera, right, on those different points or those energy centers. It's almost like you can peer through the edge of that and see to that world, if that makes sense. Does your journey just stop there? Does your journey just stop here? Not for me. Okay, not for me. Let's get it, Upward Spiral gang. May we never be the same again. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that like and subscribe button, man. I'm posting content every day. It's glorious. It's a beautiful feeling. Let's get it. You already know. We're here to win. I'll see you on the other side, Us.